nurses, and all the people that come in and keep the city alive and thriving, from 11 o'clock at night to 7 in the morning. And most of these people, they have to drive in because they're off hours. And these people, it's a tax on them. They're not getting any relief. And these are working people. So this is a regressive tax on them. And Yeager said it's not really about congestion, because if it was, then we would have less congestion in the evenings. My son's a musical theater actor. My kids love Broadway. Trying to get home to Bay Ridge on the R train at 11 o'clock at night is an hour and a half trek when you could be home in 20 minutes. If it was really about congestion pricing, those people would be able to get out of the city or come into the city to come see a Broadway show at 6 o'clock in the evening and not be penalized. I took care of my mom as a caregiver. Her doctors were at Weill Cornell. My wife comes in every 2 months for a procedure. She can't come on the subway. She's got under anesthesia. We take the car in, we park in the lot, and she's not in the mood to jump in an Uber. So all of these things are legitimate. They impact real people. And that's why we have to stop this congestion pricing, amend it the best way we can if we can't get rid of it altogether, and make it reasonable. And let's not talk about how the subways, how crime has increased by 20, 30%. When I was a cop, we got crime down to historic lows from 1989 to 2017. Over the last 8 years, thanks to really poor policy, crime in the subway and crime in the city has gone up, and you're forcing people to go into an environment that is not as safe as it was. So let's address all of these issues, and let's get this environmental impact statement, and let's not really destroy Manhattan and the working people that make it what it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We may be joined by a few other council members. As I said, they're in committees. They're going to try and be here. I just want to do, if you will, a message from our sponsor for people. If they want to know more about our group, it's New Yorkers Against Congestion Pricing Tax.com. And we do have a GoFundMe site, because I also emphasize the fact that we are grassroots. We need the support so far. We've been doing very well. People have supported us, as we said, from all sectors. And we're going to also hear from our president, our chair, Susan Lee.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you all for being here today. The last time we had a press conference, it was freezing cold. So today was a nice weather to have this press conference. I am so thankful for the elected officials that were here today, for the plaintiffs, the small business owners who took time from their busy schedules to stand with us. We couldn't do this alone, and I want to thank the committee members that are here with me, and also the steering committee who have been working tirelessly. We've been meeting weekly and then sometimes twice a week to make sure that the litigation goes forward. As I've mentioned before, we just filed amended complaint yesterday to the initial complaint that was filed in the Southern District of New York on January 18th. We believe that congestion pricing is a regressive tax, inequitable, and it is hurting the working class New Yorkers. It needs to be repealed. We are asking for an environmental impact study on the true, not just environmental issues, but also the economic loss and the inequity of this policy. Data was used from pre-COVID, before businesses were decimated, before the rise in the number of for-hire vehicles that are truly clogging our streets today. So we need to examine the additional variables, and this is what the environmental impact study will do. Thank you so much, and I'm sure that we have people in attendance who would be happy to speak with the press. Thank you for being here today. Yeah, sure.
Sure. Are there questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure.
What's your take about the special interest groups like Riders